They let everybody in. It was a madhouse. Somebody got knocked over. Stuff got knocked over. It was a bloodbath. Hey guys, and welcome back. Welcome to another episode of Mick Flippins. I'm Mickey. I'm an eBay reseller, and today we're going over some of my today's sales and talking a little bit about estate sales, especially in my area, the Northeast New York, Southern New York. We don't get many options for shopping during the winter, so we got estate sales. There's a couple indoor flea markets. Those are pretty hit or miss, but estate sales used to be really great way for me to find stuff, but I haven't honestly been to one in like a year. And I'll tell you why in a second. But this was the first sale. This little guy, G1 Target Masters Landfill G1 Transformer. He didn't sell for much. He was $11 shipped, but he came with the lot of toys that I bought that came with the Mobius Battlestar Galactica model that I sold just yesterday for $150, so I've earning more than doubled my money on the whole lot. So this is just profit. So I'll take it. But yeah, like I said, I haven't been to an estate sale in over a year now. One, because even though I said in my area it's a good source, even they're not really in my area. Like, there's estatesales.net, which I'm sure most of you know about, and that's kind of where I find most of them. And generally I have to drive an hour and a half, 2 hours away for most estate sales, because I live in the middle of friggin' nowhere here in New York. It's a tiny town. And so that's a bit of a barrier, which I'm not above driving a couple hours for a great score. So it's not necessarily the driving distance. There's got to be enough stuff that I can buy to make it worth my while, so that's been an issue. I haven't seen much stuff on the pictures on estatesales.net to make it worth my while. Like, I'll see one thing, but are you really going to drive all the way 2 hours away for something that you may or may not get? That's the problem with estate sales, I think. But second sale, keepsake ornament from Hallmark, Feliz Navidad. That sold for $10 free shipping. I got a bunch of these, so glad to get rid of one. And you always got to be early for these estate sales too, right? You got to be, some of these people, I don't know in your area, but like I thought I was being early to some of mine that I go to at like 5, 6 in the morning, and they don't open until 8 or 9, so you can get that number. I'll be there, and there's people sleeping in their car. I don't know if that's happened to you guys before, but it's happened to me multiple times up here, where there's people sleeping in their car waiting. So I'm generally in the first, even at 5 o'clock, I might be in that first 5 or the first 10. It all depends how big of an estate sale is and what kind of stuff there is. So, and this also sold this Bugs Bunny vinyl figure from, I think it was the 80s. Yeah, 1980. 1980 vinyl figure. He came with a hat and a little cane. He was like a barbershop quartet kind of deal. So he was missing pieces, and I still got 15 shipped for him. So, and he only sells for like $25 with all this stuff. So that's not bad, honestly. I'm happy with that, and I paid like $1. So, so that's one issue. It's always hard to get in the door in time and to find the stuff that you want, because generally, at least for me, everybody wants what I want. It seems like, anyway. Everybody's there for what I want when I go to an estate sale. And the last one I went to, it was really what put me off. And I'll be honest with you, It was bad. It was a new company, so it was like, but it wasn't their fault. It was a new estate sale. It was like their first estate sale, and they didn't really kind of have a system quite figured out yet, which uh, sucked because they had a lot of great stuff. But the when they let too many people in at once, that was one issue. That's why a lot of places like let in 10, 15 at a time. They let everybody in. It was a madhouse. Somebody got knocked over. Stuff got knocked over. It was a bloodbath. And not only that, this guy that showed up after me, but somehow got to the basement before me, got what I was looking for. So that ticked me off. And that was pretty much what I went there for. So, but we were in the area anyway because we were going to see the new Ghostbusters movie at the time, so it wasn't like a total loss as far as I drove all the way there. We wanted to go see the new Ghostbusters movie in IMAX, Afterlife, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and this week, guys, Frozen Empire comes out. I don't know about you, I'm excited because I'm a Ghostbusters nerd. I got Slimer tattooed on my leg. I got a bunch of Ghostbuster toys on this shelf, and I changed up my camera angle this time just to give you guys something different to look at because I know I'm not much to look at. But I'm really excited to see that movie, and let me know in the comments if you are. So, and if you go and see it, let me know. We're going to see it twice this week in 2 different theaters because that's how much of a nerd I am. Anyway, this was my next sale. Your lack of cake disturbs me. Anyway, Darth Vader cake pan. He sold for $19.97, free shipping, paid $1. So happy with that. And so you got to be careful at estate sales. Actually, no, that wasn't the last estate sale I went to, but it really did put a sour taste in my mouth about estate sales. And I see people get really vicious at these sales sometimes too. So I mean, we're all there for the same reason, but like I'm a very laid back, mellow person. Like if you're gonna knock people over and you need to run for something and you want it that bad, good for you. Take it. Obviously, I'm not gonna be much of a runner, so. But neither am I. I'm just gonna knock people down for stuff. It's just stuff, people. But I did. Yeah, the last estate sale I went to, I did really good at it, actually. So it was a small one and fairly small, but they had a closet full of military uniforms. And it was one of those things where, like, I didn't even look at prices. I just grabbed everything because there was like 3 guys going. So I was that guy. I was that dick that time. But I didn't knock anybody over. But I bought a ton of great stuff. So they can be a great way to find stuff. But some of the other issues is, sometimes estate sale companies might be saving their better stuff for other sales or putting it online, so you might not be getting the best of the best when you go. I don't know, but this was a pretty decent sale. This was a mid-century modern style chalkware duck wall decor, still in the original box. From like the 60s or 70s probably, but they're these chalkware ducks with a thermometer, and they're just like little wall hanger things. But that's sold for $69.97 free shipping. I paid $4 for it at my local mom and pop thrift shop, so that was cool. So share with me in the comments one of your like worst estate sale experiences. I'm curious because I'm sure people are just as vicious in other parts of the country at these things. So I'm curious to see what other horror stories might have about estate sales. Now, I'm not necessarily trying to knock them. I'm just saying you got to be on your toes. You got to be quick. You got to grab what you're looking for and get in and out. Don't dawdle, especially if you're the first ones in. Sometimes, though, you can get in that second day where everything's maybe 50% off, 20% off. Granted, most of the good stuff probably was bought the first day, but there's probably still some really good stuff left that people didn't want to buy the first day because it was priced too high. And that second day, and generally that third day, if they have one, it's going to be knocked down even more. So, and they're always willing on that last day. They want to get rid of stuff. So, because sometimes I feel like if you're not there, one of the first in the door, you're not going to get the good stuff. That's not true. I mean, yeah, you want to be there early, but uh, for instance, I went to this estate sale. Yeah, I don't remember when it was, but it was like the third day. I'd been there the day before. I bought a couple things, but that third day I went back just because I was in the area. I was like, let me see what I missed, and I looked at things, and they were selling everything at like 80% off. So like I bought so much stuff, and it was some great stuff. Like I bought a bunch of antique razor blades, some great old advertising tins, and when I saw them, I was like, hell, their actual full price weren't that bad. When I saw what some of the stuff was actually going for, it just didn't interest me because the prices kind of put me off at first. But when I was able to get them for 80% off, yeah, I'll take them all day. But last sale, nice big sale actually. World War II M41 field jacket with a, I think it's 9th Troop Carrier Command, or Airborne Troop Carrier, but nice airborne patch nonetheless. It had a laundry number in there. That sold for $330 plus shipping, so that's a decent sale. I'll take it. So today's sales netted me $455.44. So not a bad day. I didn't make a ton of money on this jacket though. I only made about $100. At least I charged shipping. So, but yeah. So like I said, let me know in the comments some of your estate sale horror stories or some of your best estate scores. I'd love to hear that too. So that's it for today, guys, I guess. So thanks for tuning in. Remember to click like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you next time.